everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do my Christmas bucket list with you guys. So just like last time, when I did my fall bucket list, I have some washi tape I'm gonna put only at the bottom because the Christmas tree this is a thicker washi, so it's not gonna fit. Which is totally fine. It's not a big deal. But this little checklist printable also has more boxes than the last one, than the fall bucket list, which, I mean, this is like a Christmas specific bucket list. So this will be like the month of December. And then I'll probably for next year, or the beginning of next year, I'll probably go ahead and do like a winter bucket list for like January, February, potentially part of March, just depending on the weather here. And then I'll do seasonal from there. I always feel like Christmas is drastically different because basically every day in December is packed with Christmas fun and stuff like that. So this is just going to be specific to December, like I said. Okay. So just like last time, I am going to go through and I'm going to write down all of the things that we traditionally do and all of the things that are essentially on our bucket list that we would love to do this December. So the first thing that, the number one thing that always happens, no matter what, this is a tradition we started with my dad when I was a kid. So this is something that always happens in my household too, because it doesn't even feel like December if we don't do this. So we decorate the tree while we watch Christmas Vacation. I'm just going to write Xmas Vacation. Almost didn't fit. I started off writing too big, but that's okay. And then, of course, we will put up all the decor. Because does it ever really, truly feel like Christmas if you don't have your decorations up? And I will tell you that typically we try to get the decorations up like as soon as possible after Thanksgiving, so that way we're ready to go with the tree decorating, because we will put up the entire tree. We just won't put any lights or ornaments on it, and then we'll put the movie on, and then we will immediately start putting all the ornaments and lights and everything on the tree, so that then hopefully by the end of the night the tree is done and good to go. Of course, we got to do gift shopping. A lot of times this does end up being us sitting on the couch talking about which family members want what, and ordering things off of Amazon. Obviously for the kids, it's a little bit different, where I primarily do their shopping. Except my teenager this year will probably want to do her own shopping, which I'm not against. Christmas party. And then wrapping gifts. This usually ends up being like a mom and grandma type thing, which is super fun. I mean, if we can get together, we can have wine and have a grand old time of it. If we can't, we can also FaceTime and just talk to each other while we're doing it. Because either way, just having a little bit of socialization makes it a little bit more fun. Okay, this is watching The Grinch. And dinner. So this would be where we have like a Grinch themed dinner. And I know there's a lot of purists out there on which Grinch movie is the best. And I'm not going to lie to you, my kids basically like them all. So for me, I love I love Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I feel like that one has all of the personality needed. I do also love the old school cartoon. I grew up watching that. But also, even the new Grinch animation was really, really good. We loved it. So we're not picky. We'll watch them all. Also, watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really have to learn to write a little bit smaller. Okay, and then watch Polar Express. We do watch a lot of like Christmas movies and things during any given season. We love to watch movies. Plus, it's an easy activity that we can sit down and relax while doing. So, hot cocoa, of course. Christmas cards. I have not thought ahead enough to know what my Christmas cards are going to look like. Bake cookies. Build and decorate. Decorate. Gingerbread houses. So we will get let each kid pick out their own gingerbread house kit and then take it home and build it, let it set, and then the kids will go into full decoration mode. And usually we've got like extra sprinkles and stuff lying around the house, so they'll pull those in. Plus they'll usually have candy from Halloween that they'll use as well. So they have a grand old time with that. Okay, and then advent calendars. We do a combination. So there are multiple advent calendars. So my kids will typically each pick like a little candy calendar where they get like a little piece of chocolate or something every day. And then we also have like a big family advent calendar full of all the activities that we're doing. So I'll take all of like the items off of our bucket list and I will break them down into a plan for the month and put them in each little box of the advent calendar. And then each day we rotate one kid, alternating days for the kids who gets to open the box. And then that's the activity we do for that day. So it just ends up being a lot of fun. Sometimes it's something as simple as we have a puzzle to do together. Sometimes it's as simple as reading a story together. Sometimes it's a little bit more intricate, like grabbing hot cocoa in our travel cups, sitting in the car and going and looking at Christmas lights. There's a couple of different places near us that are like really, really big that you like get in line and just kind of follow through the neighborhood to see all the different decorations and lights. But that should be a lot of fun. Okay, so advent calendars. We do Elf on a Shelf. So that's another like calendar that I will put together ahead of time so that way come day of, we're able to not have to think of a new thing every day. Because if we think of a new thing every day, it legitimately just ends up being throwing the elf the elves, we have two, wherever they will fit and stay and not be within reach of my son. Of course, visiting Santa. And actually, oddly enough, usually Santa is somewhere that we're going. So we don't typically go visit like a mall Santa. Write letters to Santa. Read a Christmas story. Go ice skating. I feel like this has been something, going ice skating, I feel like this has been something that has been on our bucket list for many years. We just don't end up doing it. And there's a multitude of years where my son was just too small. We're not taking a baby to go ice skating. That just does not seem like a good time. Of course, volunteering. And of course, another random act of kindness. And for the volunteering and random act of kindness, we try to volunteer throughout the year, not just selectively at like the holidays, but it's always on my bucket list as a part of something that I want to teach and pass down to my children, that you can make a difference, even if it's just to one person in one moment. And then, of course, I've got relaxed by the fire. Drive around and see Christmas lights. Christmas playlists. You know, and I feel like my kids hate like the old school Christmas music, but like they'll listen to like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Like that's my favorite Christmas music. And my husband is fine so long as you don't play Mariah Carey ever. He does not. He absolutely hates her one Christmas song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, or whatever. Ugh. Yeah, it's not his jam at all. He gets super annoyed when he comes on the radio. Okay. Next we've got make ornaments. And usually those will be like the salt dough ornaments because like they're super fun. And then the next one is buying a new ornament. So every year we go and we buy a new ornament. Sometimes my husband and I will pick an ornament and the kids will each pick an ornament. One, to add to our collection, but also to like commemorate that year. So a lot of times the one that me and my husband pick is like one of the custom ones that you can order from like certain Etsy shops and stuff where they add all of your names. Like I have one that's super cute. It's me, my husband, my daughter, and then the me snowwoman it's got a bump on the belly and it's got an arrow pointing at it. It says baby. It's super cute. I love that one. And then like some that we've gotten like for when we got married, we like there's like a wedding cake one that we have with the year we got married on it. So just different ornaments every year that we like to get to add to our collection that have more like sentimental value to us. Of course, I gotta put winter hike on here because I love a good hike. And then a winter bike ride again because we enjoy it. Although once it starts to get, if it starts to get super cold, Texas makes its own mind up on any given day if we're gonna have a cold winter or a mild winter. And then I also want to do a Christmas scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunt. Again, I believe I mentioned this in the video that I did on my fall bucket list. My kids love scavenger hunts. They think they're so fun. So we'll just keep doing that. Write letter to family. Sorry for all the sniffles. My allergies are not great today. Angel tree. This is something we've done a couple different years, and it always feels so good to be able to help others, especially during Christmas time when there's a lot of I'm not sure what the word is off the top of my head, but there's a lot of like consumerism being pushed heavily during Christmas time. And I get it. Like, I'm going to spend money on my kids too. I'm going to buy them gifts like I do every year. But at the same time, I always try to remind my kids and my family that the true spirit of Christmas is not about the things you get. It's about the people that you help and the love that you bring into this world, versus the negativity that I feel like happens day in and day out, just driving around. You can see it. The next item is, of course, visiting family. And this is one of those items that spacing is just making me mad. That's terrible. Visit family. So that will happen multiple times with different family members. A lot of times it's really hard to get everybody in the same space. And then, of course, we will have a holiday game night. Holiday craft. This one's going to be funny. Holiday bingo with prizes. Because I promise you, no matter how ridiculous the prizes are, my family will get competitive just to be the person who got the prize. And it's hilarious to watch because most of the time it's all in good fun. But it really just brings out our inner goofballs. And then, of course, watch the Nutcracker. We're gonna try a new Christmas recipe. And then also a new Christmas treat. I always feel like a lot of times I stick with my tried and true like recipes most of the time. So sometimes I have to like push myself out of that comfort zone just because I love to try new foods and new desserts and new just new experiences in general. So I always push myself because sometimes I do get in that rut and I forget there's a billion recipes out there I haven't tried. And then I also put family photos. And then I'm also adding a family secret Santa. And then read a Christmas story. I should have capitalized that, but that's okay. Because this is just reading a Christmas book. Here, I'll just put read a Christmas book. That makes more sense. And then this one is like a Christmas story, as in the title. Host a cookie swap. I've done a couple of these in the past, and they are actually super fun. But I will tell you that like automatically I get sick of anything sweet for like at least a week after. Just because that's just how my brain works. Okay, and then next is make tamales. This is a very labor-intensive process, but absolutely 10 out of 10. I love it. And then we did already make plans to go to Six Flags Holiday in the Park. And for anyone who has never been or doesn't have like a Six Flags location close to them, Holiday in the Park is actually pretty neat. So, of course, the park is decked out in all kinds of decor and lights and all that good stuff. But throughout the park, they have little bonfires, and you can get like marshmallows and you can make s'mores around the little bonfires. And then also they have like you can get unlimited hot cocoa. Well, you can get a hot cocoa, or you can get like the unlimited refills cup and refill your cup throughout the park. and it's cold and chilly, and you walk around with all the lights, and then you can like ride the train and stuff. Of course you can, it's Six Flags, you can still ride the rides. But Holiday in the Park is just a little bit different because I feel like a lot less people are riding the rides and more people are just walking around enjoying the ambiance because it's spectacular. So we will be attending that this year with some friends. I would also like to see a play. I just have to see if I can find one near us. And then make goodies for our neighbors. And that could be anything from cookies to banana bread or something like that. And then, of course, watch the Santa Claus. I will not lie. So I have 2 empty spaces if I decide to add any, which I likely will add some because I've already added a few to my fall bucket list. But this is what I've got thought up so far for Christmas. I do need to get to work on making sure that I have enough items for the family advent calendar and then also for the Elf on a Shelf calendar. I have not bought advent calendars yet, so I will need to do that relatively soon. But I can always go over those in videos too if you guys want to see those. Just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys got some ideas. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.